Somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic, a massive cargo ship just changed its destination. It didn't hit a reef, and it didn't run out of fuel. It just received a digital ping from an insurance office in London. That single ping just added 5 cents to the price of your morning coffee and $40 to your next smartphone upgrade. Most people are waiting for the big crash or a visible war to break their finances. They're looking for explosions. But the real damage isn't explosive. It's a silent, mathematical drain. We call it the invisible war surcharge. It starts with a hull risk premium. When tensions spike in the Middle East or the South China Sea, insurance companies don't just get nervous, they get expensive. They look at a map and decide that the 21-mile-wide Strait of Hormuz is no longer a shipping lane, it's a liability. To keep sailing, a ship that used to cost $30,000 a day to insure suddenly costs $200,000. The shipping company doesn't complain to the UN, they just send an invoice. Here is the hidden mechanism. This isn't inflation in the way the government describes it. This is a friction tax. Every time a drone is spotted or a naval exercise is announced, the global friction increases. Think of the global economy as a high-speed engine. Conflict is sand in the gears. To keep the engine turning, we have to pour in more and more grease in the form of higher shipping rates, longer routes around the Cape of Good Hope, and massive stockpiles of just-in-case inventory. The absurdity is that you're paying for a war that hasn't even happened yet. You're paying for the possibility of a missile. When a ship diverts from the Suez Canal to go around Africa, it adds 10 days and $1 million in fuel. That $1 million is eventually divided up and hidden inside the price of your sneakers, your laptop, and your groceries. It's a surcharge that never shows up on your receipt, but it's the reason your bank account feels like it has a slow leak. The hype tells us that we live in a borderless digital world where geography is dead. The reality is that your standard of living is currently held hostage by a few narrow strips of water and the people who decide how much it costs to cross them. We've built a world where peace was the default setting. We optimized everything for a planet with no friction. But now the friction is back, and the math of a 3-cent increase on 1 billion items is far more powerful than any central bank's interest rate hike. As the war surcharges begin to stack up, we have to ask ourselves a very expensive question. If our entire lifestyle depends on a frictionless world that no longer exists, what happens when the temporary surcharge becomes the permanent price of doing business? Are you actually getting poorer, or are you just paying for a peace that we can no longer afford?